Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing well. Hey everyone. Cool. So, thanks a lot for joining this week live with Extract Data Community. And today we are going to use n8n for web scraping with the site API. We'll walk through the key parts of scraping inside the n8n, like discovering the nodes, things like fetching the pages or parsing the HTML and handling page initiation, infinite scroll, or uh, network capture, geolocation, and more. So I will show you each part live, so you will know exactly how they fit together in building scraping workflows. By the way, this session is basically a live extended version of the two blogs we recently published on web scraping with n8n and the Zite API. So I will just show you for the reference. So, just we covered a lot of these concepts in writing, but here you will get actually see everything happening live step by step. And we're going to keep adding more content there. So, uh, sort of more guide, more tutorials and examples. So if you haven't checked them out, just, go and check them out definitely after this session. And I can drop the link in the chat. Cool. So now before we jump straight into building the script, let's quickly, cover two basic things, how n8n actually works and how you can step it locally. I'm going to just cover them up quickly. So if you are new to using n8n, you will get the idea about it. So and I'm just gonna open this Excalibur board here quickly. And so, think of n8n like, so think of n8n workflows like, just basic building blocks similar to the graphs that we have in the computing. Like just consider this block and then consider any of the similar node. Okay, so we call them nodes in n8n. And so, each of these nodes performs some action. For example, we have this a node. Just we can write the a, and then we have this b node. Yep, I'm gonna jump to the n8n. Okay, I'm gonna jump to the n8n after just I explain this basics out. So one node, just consider this a node is just making the HTTP request and getting us the HTML, and b node is just parsing it up. So this is the concept nodes in the n8n. I just pick up this web scraping example because we are going to discuss about the web scraping workflows, but it can be used for various other automation tasks as well. So see, now here's the thing, these nodes run in a sequence. So based on like for example, if you have set some function into the a node and that a node is connected to the b node. Okay, I don't know. Yep. So if A node is connected to B node, once the A node complete its functionality, after that only the B node will work. That's how the sequence is set. So if any of the automation or any of the scraper inside the n8n that you will build, they will go from point A to B, right, step by step, and just into the transformation way. And because we are doing the SN, the web scraping today, this will be help a lot, definitely if you're new to it. Now coming to the installation part. Now you can use n8n directly. If I take you to the n8n docs, you can just go and sign into their actual page, and then just use the service directly. But that definitely is going to be the cloud hosted, and definitely you need to go with some plan, and it will be the paid version. But the nice thing is n8n is open source. You can also run it locally for free. You can just go to the okay, this, yep, you can see the cloud free trial. And okay, you can use the self-hosted version, and you can just directly install it with the Docker. Just go here and you'll find the Docker installation. You don't need to follow these all this step. I'm going to show you some easy step you can do. You can just install the Docker desktop. So for example, this, and just search here the n8n, and you will see the list. Just install this top one. I've already installed it. I'm not just going to pull it again and alter the session. So I'm just going to restart this. But once you have installed it from here, you can just go to the images and you will find it here, and then you can just run it from here. So it started for me. Yep, so I'm just gonna jump back to the cool. So now let's jump to the building our first scraper. So let me refresh this once. Okay, so once just when your this container is gonna start for the n8n, you will see this local host, and you can just click it and open it in the browser. And once you do that, you will look at some similar interface, and this is the basic space where you are gonna draw those nodes I showed you. Actually not draw, actually they are the default nodes. You are gonna use them and customize based on the automation you are building. And if you go to plus sign, you can just click on to build the new workflow. I'm gonna just name it something, extract data live. For my writing speed. Okay. And so first step in the for building any scraper inside the n8n would be to fetch the page, right? To maybe it could be HTML, it could be the HTTP request that you are making. So you would need a node for that. So just go to this plus sign and you can search different nodes. I'm gonna use the HTTP request node, and once you do that, it will show you some configuration you need to add. I'm going to use the get method, and you can specify the URL here. So let's use our friendly scraping site. Let's use this. And once you do that, you can send you don't need to send the headers for this. There are multiple options. We're going to cover, there's a few of them one by one. And if you just execute, you will get the HTML from it, right? But I'm not going to run it directly with the basic way today, because we are going to cover things that are actually useful when you build real world scrapers, right? So instead of hitting the site directly, I'm going to send all my requests to the site API. That will give us proper rendering. It will handle the blocks if it's there, and if there is some JavaScript rendering needed for the dynamic pages, that would be also handled. Or you need to work with the cookies and sessions, that will also be taken care of. And that will help you to work with some real websites after this session if you build up any of the workflow. So for that, I'm just gonna do is I will just go back. So once you add this node, you will see this button, and this is sort of execute workflow. Like once whatever I'm going to build here, as I tell you, right, the workflow went from A point to the B point. Like whatever node I'm going to add in front of it, they will be executed in the sequence. So it's just a trigger I am going to use here. You can also use some other trigger here. Might be you can connect it with your Slack, your Discord, or any of the other platform from where you can trigger this workflow. Even you can use some sort of Google form, or there are the inbuilt form in the n8n that can be also used. So I'm just going to delete it. I could have modified that as well, but okay. I'm going to go to HTTP request, and you see this import curl here. I'm going to use this, and I will just copy a command. This, okay. So I'm just as a user, I'm just passing. I'm going to pass my authentication here. I have my API key and the header count as application JSON, because I need the I'm going to pass up the JSON. And the data here is like we need to get this URL, and the browser HTML is going to set it true. There are some more features we are going to explore them. Like there would be if you need a screenshot, if you need to capture those background API calls, you can use network capture here as well in this. Or if you want to have that use the auto extract AI features, and we'll go through them as well one by one. But you just need to pass this, and to get your API key, you just need to go to the app.zite.com. And once you log in, you will, I think I'm logged in. Yep, I am. So you just need to go to the left side panel and you will see this API access, and just click on it, and you can just generate the new API key. I already have set it up, so I'm just not gonna use it. But you can just create it and you will get the API key after that, and I'm gonna use this one. Just enter and just import it, and you will see this automatically fills every field here, right? So I'm just gonna, like earlier we used the get because we were sending the get request, but now we will send it via the site API, so it's converted to post, and our request is gonna go through the site API. Now that's it, nothing else. So even if I execute it for you, you will see the that's weird. Okay, just a minute, let me check. But I need to generate the API key again. Let's generate the API key again. Oh, okay, got the point. So there is a thing actually. It was right earlier as well. So if you import it via curl, sometimes, so see, even if I'm not going, it is not gonna run right now. So the thing is, once we import it with this curl, you see the I have specified the browser HTML to be true, and that's a boolean, right? So n8n sometimes it converts these uh, like true into the string, right? And but it's not a string actually when we are passing it up. So to fix this, you just need to do is you just go to the expression and just sorry, not this, that will be fixed. Go to true expression, we can just convert it to non-string again. That's it, and now it is gonna work. It was right earlier that I just missed this part. Cool. See, we got the browser HTML here, and let me just walk you through once again. We just send the post request via Site API. I've set up the authentication here, and we are sending the body because we need to tell the Site API which URL we are targeting and what sort of type we need to get from it, right? So that's about the HTML. Now, there is one more way to sort of pass the things here is, so for example, if you don't want to work with these fields, you can pass direct JSON as well, and for that you just need to type this, and I'm gonna just pass the URL. I'm gonna copy it up so you can work with the JSON as well here directly, and set it to browser HTML, and then you don't need to worry about the expression, so it will return the same things. See, right? As you can just that again what we did earlier, it will also work. So yeah, now then this expression thing, I really don't like this. Cool. So now we have got the browser HTML into like making this request. Now the next task for us would be to extract this HTML, right? See, there is sort of a extra step I usually add in my workflows because it comes handy when you're building some larger workflows, right? Right now, if adding this might not be necessary, but still I'm going to show you. Then just go to the HTML and then click on extract HTML content, and you will see, like, we're just going to select the operations and to the that we need to extract the content from this HTML, and then the source data would be JSON, and JSON would be, you can, it's just a name, right? For example, if this is the key, and this, okay, sorry, this was actually next step. I need to just use the edit field. Right, sorry. You just need to go to the edit field, and so what this edit field is going to do is, see, right now we received three responses back from the site API. That was the URL that we gave and the status code. We don't need these two things, right? We just need to focus on this. So I'm just gonna drag this here, or I can, just use the JSON here as well, just like the similar way, but this is the easy way. So I'm just going to drag it, and you can see it to be written at json.browser HTML. So in n8n, you can work up with the different functions using the $sign. Just enter this, and then you can type the JSON. So you need to inside this, and then you can type $JSON, and this will show you different functions, or the, if you want to target some of the fields that you got from the previous node that can be utilized. So I've already selected the browser HTML, not gonna do it, but you got it right. So it will do nothing. We'll just rename this to browser HTML, and if I need to rename it to something else, I can do that as well. I think let's keep it data. And so, and once you have got the browser HTML, you have selected the browser HTML from the responses we got, and you rename it to data. Now next task will be to extract the HTML content from it, right? So we'll just do it again, extract HTML content, and now you can see the sources data here, and we have the some key and CSS selector and everything, right? So we are it was a so if I show you this page, our page was something like this, right? It was looking like this. So now we need to get this title, we need to get this price and everything, right? But if you look at the structure of this HTML ones, you will find I can you can specifically pass all the CS selectors in this one, but to make it just more clarified, I'm gonna just use this selector first, article dot protect both, and this will just see, now our all of the book content is in this, right, into this field. We have just removed everything unnecessary from the HTML because this was sort of toggled under the CSS selector, right? So it would be different from some other sites, but it is good if the whole content is some specific class or some specific object. So, and we have just returned the text, but we will do it HTML, because now in the next step, like after one more step, we will just extract the title, price, and we will again use the HTML extract node. At that time we will use this HTML. So we need to set it here, and we can just set it to return array, because that will help us to get up the like different books that we have in this. So I think that's it. And now into the next, we need to see, we have got a complete bulk of books into one HTML, right? And now we need to split different books from it. And so for that we have this split out node. So it will just turn this complete list of items into the separate item side. So I will just go to this, and I'm just gonna drop this here, and I don't think we need any other field. Yep. So this did nothing, but earlier we had something like this in a whole block. We just split it into different book segments, right? Now the next step would be to, I told you, right, after one more step we will use the HTML extract node again. HTML extract node again. Okay. And in this step we'll just use the different CSS selectors, like let's first take out the name, that is the title of the book, and so I've just these selectors written up, so we can just parse the HTML yourself. We will also explore the way where you don't need to do this any of the parsing step, but if you have to follow this approach due to some of the workflows you have in mind to build up at that time, you can follow this step. So just I'm gonna use the attribute here, and it is going to be the title, like the class of it. And similarly, I'm going to do for the there was, I think, URL as well. uh, the source, the media cache. Yeah, the index.html, and we have the arif URL, right? So for that, just we will use the attribute again, and sorry, the class will be the same, and then we have the arif. And I'm just going to copy it from the and just do it like that. For price is in the text. Near the rating, we have the price in the class. Yep, price dot selectors. Yep, like this, class price dot color. And we have this here. Now I think the rating and availability is left. Let's do them quickly as well. It's availability. And then we will also have the image. And the rating is given by like a p dot star rating. So it is p dot star rating. Just missed writing this up. And for images, we have this attribute. So see, once you need to pass up the class, at that time you need to just convert it to it. Otherwise, the text is also fine for this. And for rating as well, we need to do that. Cool. And that's it. And once I execute it, data does not exist. Oh, it's just not gonna be data. It's gonna be books, because we are gonna pick up each of these elements, like the name, the title, the URL, the price, the availability, everything from these single elements, right? I think it should work now. Yeah, see, we got the name, we got the URL, we got the price, availability, and for the each book, right? Like I think there were the 20 ones, we got all of them here. Now we have got these, and but you will see one thing. If I show you the images and the rating, they are not properly written, right? We don't need these, because this will be repeated in every of the book. And also the URL of the image is half, so, and even this one is half, right? So we need to sort of normalize and clean this data. For that, we have a function node in the n8n. So just go to the code, and code in JavaScript. Let's use the JavaScript. Most of us will be of the Python fans here. So I have a code and just load it. So this does nothing. Just take up the variables from the from here. Like if you show, just make it large. Yep. So just use the item.json. I told you, we can use this to grab the fields from the previous node request that we have made. So we have the URL, we have the images, we have the ratings, and basically we will do majorly two things here. We will just replace the star rating to just make it 2, and then we will also just complete our URLs which we got into the HTML that were written half. So if you need to use the pagination, right, we need to specifically escape the content from the actual page, like the complete page of the like if you want to navigate to this page and want to skip data from it, we need to complete URL. But the actual HTML is providing us the half URLs, right? So I'm just gonna execute it, and it is gonna give us this. So yeah, we are doing just that here, and now you can see we got the complete URL, right? And this was the first, so we don't need it. We need this. We got the complete image URL here, and like this in all of them, right? Now the next part, you need to export this data, right? So you can have multiple ways where you can export this data, right? You can connect it with some of your Google Sheets or Google Docs or wherever you want it, right? Or if you want the update on the Slack, I think you have the Slack. Yeah, you have the Slack automation. You have the Discord automation as well. You need to go to the forum Discord anywhere, right? Or if your data Redis database, you can go take it there. I'm gonna just keep it simple, and I'm gonna use convert to file. So this is gonna just export the data to the like a simple CSV file, and for that I'm gonna just add the data field, and I'm gonna put some name to this file, book dash file. It was a travel category, so .csv, and I'm just gonna execute it. So I just got it, and I'm just gonna download it, and I'm gonna show this to you as well. It's loading. Okay, got it. Wait, let me just share this screen to you. Okay. So you can see this, right? We got all of the books, all of the data here, right? Like the URL, the image, the availability rating. I told you, right? We remove those same rating parameter in front of them and make the URLs full. So that's how you can get this data. Now, that was a workflow, like a simple workflow. If you are starting from scratch and wanted to explore like how this basic fundamental parameters that we'll use, right? But Zite API is always there to make your work easy. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna show you something which we don't need. I think this much of step will be cut down. So I will just use another HTTP request node, or maybe just copy this. Yeah, you can just do control C and control V to copy the nodes. And though in one space you can only have one executive workflow, right? I can't copy and paste this. This could only exist as a single, right? But I can just cut it and attach it to somewhere else. And if I made any of the changes in the workflow, you will see this error that there are some changes and you need to run it again. But yeah, I was so if let's just rename this node to auto extract, and I will just go here. So if you go to the docs.com, like these are the documentation of the Zite API, and if you go to the usage, you will find extraction, and you will see there is the AI powered automatic extraction that you can use. So you can just pass the product is equal to true, and I'm gonna do the same. So here you see the browser HTML, right? I'm gonna just replace it with the product, and that's it. I can show you the curl as well once we run it. And so okay, this was a list. Wait, let me replace this URL. So I'm gonna go to inside this page. I'm gonna pick up this URL. And see, I'm going to jump to JSON and see you got all the parameters here, right? It directly took us to this step. And we had a list of books here, and this was just a single page that we did. But you can do the the list of the books as well. So just change it to product list, and go to the, let's pick that URL again. This one. Oh, let's pick some other category. Yeah, so I think you got the point of this, and there is also the, let it run it first. We need to cover the pagination, flat scroll, and a few more things. So I'm just gonna be quick. and you see we got the same element, right, till it covered the, and you can just attach another convert to file node and it will do the work. So I think you got the point. And there are some other features as well that you can explore, like you can have the product navigation, you can find all the URLs onto the page and then connect another product node, so it will navigate to the page and get the product data for you, and then it we'll see how you can do it, do that. Might be not today, not in this live, but maybe some another live. But there's the article, there's the job posting, you can try out. Now we saw the things for a single page, right? But what if there is a pagination and you want to jump to the next pages? So for that also you can build the workflow. So for that also, like, the first step would be to get the HTTP request. And I'm just gonna be quick. Oh, let's do one thing. I'm just gonna copy this workflow complete and copy it up down here, right? And let's bring this here back, right? So let's do the pagination thing in this workflow only, right? So see, if you go to the HTTP request node, if you name it to pagination, okay. So if you go down, you will see the options, right? And there is also pagination parameter. So the thing is, this pagination works for some of the sites, right? Specifically the sites which has the page number directly into this site, it will work for this. But we will just, and you can just have a different category, like if you want to update a parameter in each request, and that can be updated based on to the response that you have got from this request, right? Or you can just set it to response contains next URL, that if the request that you get from the like making this executing this node, you can find the URL from that and you can run it, right? But this thing might not work for every site, right? And to have some fundamental approach, we'll build something out. I'm gonna delete this, and I'm just gonna execute it to see if it's working fine. Yeah, it's working fine. So let's do one thing. We'll go to this, and I'm gonna take it to the home. Maybe next page. Oh no, let's start with the first page only. So I'm gonna just navigate to the not the 50th page. It is gonna take time. It'll be 6-7 pages. So I'm just gonna take up this URL, copy this up, and I will just replace it with this. Now to build this approach, let's need to add one more node here. It will be the function node. I wrote it in the JavaScript, so I'm gonna just use that and let it call the page manager. Call the page. Okay, so I have this code. I'm just gonna on a large window. I hope this is visible. Yep. Okay, so see, I'm just going to quickly explain this up. We are just setting the constant pages to be 100, or in our site is 50, so we can set it to 50. But I just need to show you some when it will I just want to show you some tests, so let's keep it 100 for now. And like when the initial workflow will start, we will set our page to 0, so that's it. And we will set up the if condition into our page that will send back the number of items, or the length of the items back. And if it detects that into the response back, it will just increment the page number. So it will just check for two things, like the JSON node page. I told you we can use a JSON to target the fields from the previous request, right? So we will just compare that up, like if any of this is available, it will just use that, and we will just increment up here. And if it is like the current, if there is no response back came from the previous node, then it is understandable that it is the first request and the page number should be 1, right? So it is not going to increment that. And we just have a safety stop here that I told you, right? If the 100 pages it will just stop at that time. And so we have this thing, and it is not gonna do anything if I run it. It is just gonna revert back the page one, right? And now if I let it bring some closer, go to this node again, we'll just pick this up, and I'm gonna remove this page one, and I will just enter this, just pick it up and drag it here. Okay, it's not dragging it properly, so let's enter it like this. Go to expression and JSON dot, and in the page we got it like this. And that's it. We don't need to change anything else. It will be the same. I'm just going to execute it, and it will just get us the browser HTML for the page one via the site API. So I got this. Now next would be the same. We're just gonna run it, and you will see it is gonna running successfully. I'm gonna keep it same till this code in JavaScript, right? So now you remember we just cleaned the URLs in the ratings here, right? We just normalized our browser HTML in this step just to show you, right? We have the 20 items here, right? We have just skipped the first page, the list of it, and still our URLs is half. You can see the JPG, and the rating is not sort of clean, but we have the same code, right? If I even run it, you will see that we've normalized it. But I'm gonna just make some changes in this code. So I'm just gonna copy the code. I could have write this code here, but it's already out of time. So see, if we already earlier we just picked up these fields, and then we just returned with the cleaned part of them. So we are doing the same thing here, right? We are just cleaning them up, and we are just picking the same things up. But one more thing we are doing is this is the pagination. So we are going to go through the each page one by one, and then we need to temporarily store those files, right? Because if in the next step we will see, we add the condition if the we have specified we need the 5 pages, right? So at that time it will just check up the condition that okay, the first page is done, second page is done, third page is done, but it won't there is I think no way to sort of until unless you're using the Google Sheet or something else, but I would be using the convert to file to save it locally. So there is no temporary way to just I can just directly feed the data through the CSV file and then later amend it, right? So we'll need to temporarily save this data. So n8n provides the this temporary storage that you can store, so you can just learn more about it under the docs. So if you go to this, and you will learn more about it here. One more thing n8n docs provide is I really like, that is chat with docs. You can just ask just queries here, and it will just answer for you. Even if you had some doubt like which node you have to use, it will just provide the answers to you. So see, it start explaining, but okay, we just need to jump back. And yeah, so it's consider this as a temporary storage. So we will just save the data for every page using this, right, into this, and later we are gonna just pick the data from this and aggregate into a single file, which would be the similar CSV file that we just created last time, right? So I've just updated code, and the response of the data, this complete data will be saved to this storage, and response we will got is the number of items that were found on this page, and if there was some URL. So see, this is not gonna come right now because this page doesn't contain the next URL until unless you specify enter the actions, and you get the like from this like the next element, you just scrape the URL as we see the title and this thing, right? So you can try that thing out, but so this time it is null, but we got the page number, and this is the items were found on this page, right? And now I'm gonna use the next one, like just here, that is the the if node, and in this it is a simple if and else in the Python that you use. So you can just name it to page condition check. I'm just following the blog name, so even if you're referring to the blogs later on, you will just get. So I'm just gonna drag this, and I'm gonna use it is equal to 0. So, and I'm going to add condition, and it will be the or, and I'm going to just use the page number and set it to 6, right? So it will just go through the 6 pages and see. So now see, the thing is, let it be greater and equal to. So number greater than or equal to. So if somehow it skips the page and go with the extra number, it will just stop at that time. So there are two conditions. If there is no item found, somehow the page you were trying to access doesn't return anything, it will just stop the workflow. And okay, that's weird. Is equal to greater than. Okay, it was text. Sorry, I need a number. Is equal to. Yep. See. So sorry, that was weird. Okay, I don't know why it is doing like this, but I'm just gonna save this and refresh the page. So yeah, I'm gonna run it. And so we have the two conditions. Like if there are no items found, it will just make this true, and if the page number is exceeding, that will also make it true, and we'll just go and save the data. But if it is false, that the conditions are not met, all the pages that we are specified in the page number are not met, we are just gonna pick this up and we will just feed it back to the page manager, right? So in the page manager, I told you, like, we have the incrementation set, right? If it detects that the page has been, like, there has been some items found right into the page, and it will increment based on that. Or if the page number is returned back, right? So if I show you, we have the if condition and we return the page to it, right? And it will be specified here into this, right? And it will just increment the number. So if you see, I made changes to this node after connecting the node from if to the site, so it shows me that there are some changes made, and I just need to run it again. And if I run it now, it will show it is when I turn page number. Okay, that's weird, but let's see. Run it. So it was supposed to return 2, but I think when I will run the complete workflow, it might do. But there is one more step. If the condition becomes true, I'm gonna have one more code here. This will do nothing. It will just a simple code, and I'm just gonna do it like this. And in this, you will see we're just picking up the same data from that memory, the temporary data we saved, and we are moving it to another constant, like the all books, and we will just map them to the JSON to save it to the converter file, right? So this is the workflow that we have for the page initiation. Now I'm just gonna execute it, and we'll see it's running, and we have the page 1 going, and see it didn't meet the condition because we have set the 6 here, right? I know why it's happening, but yeah, we are saying the 6 here, right? So it's written page number 2, and if I go to here, you will see this, because another workflow started, see the page numbers are changing. So this will increment, and once it reach the 6th page, it will just make the statement true, and it will go to here, and this node will pick up the data from the memory that we have saved for each page, and it will just go to this. See, I think the final, see, we got the 120 items, so 20 books on per page, and we end it for the 6 pages. So it's become 120, and then we have the this statement. And if I show you this again, okay, you need to change the screen quickly. Okay, so I don't know if you can see this or not. Docker. Yep. So we have got C120, all the data from the 26 pages we had, right? So 120 pages, right? So we have all the URLs, we have all the image, and we have these things, right? So that was how you can do the pagination, right? So we explored the basic single page. If you want to extract that and parse it up, like doing a basic scraping. If you want to do a seamless work, right, you don't need to do the parsing and everything. You can use the auto extract, and then we discovered the pagination. We are out of time, but I'm gonna just show you the final thing. That is the infinite scroll, and maybe the other things we can discuss some other time, or you can just check out the blog, the part 2 of the blog. You will learn about the geolocation, error capture, and all of the things. But let's quickly show the infinite scroll. I'm gonna just pick up this. It's sort of blocked. I'm gonna just copy this, paste it here, and so let's do one thing. I'm just gonna show you by the curl command this time. So if there is a sort of a page like the, let's pick up the quotes.com, like the content is loading using the, there is an infinite scrolling enabled, and the content is like this. You can just quickly go to the node again, and you can just copy this thing here. So see, basically in every command you just need to keep it same. It's just that something that you are replacing is the data field here. So I'm gonna just quickly give my API key. I hope this time this will work, and you will see the, yeah, we are just making the changes to this data field. And any feature that you go from the docs, if I am doing the infinite scroll, you will see I'm just making changes to the okay, where's the infinite scroll? So okay, so for example, if you're doing this for screenshot, you just need to go to the curl, and you just need to get the data from this here, and any feature that you are exploring, you can just paste at this here. So I am just sending this request to this URL, and browser HTML set it true, and actions we are making to scroll to bottom, and I'm gonna just import it. And this time we need to do that expression thing because it was imported as a JSON, and I'm just gonna run it. So you will see it will get me the complete. It's gonna take some time because there are codes they need to scroll. You can even add the wait time here if you want after each scroll. So I see we got the data, and if I go to here, yeah, it's in the browser HTML to parse it. Otherwise you can go with that product auto extract that we export. So we did this. Now there are a few more things that you can explore by going through this blog. That was we did the infinite scroll, but there's a geolocation. If the content is dependent on your region you're targeting, you can just set this geolocation to whatever you want. There are multiple locations, country codes that you can explore from here. And then if you want to capture the screenshot of the page, right, you can do that as well, just by enabling the screenshot is equal to true and URL passing. Similarly, we have like for the network capture, you can explore that. And yeah, just you need to pass up if there are some most of the sites today make the background API calls, and the content is actual in that, so you can just grab them up, and then you can explore the session and the cookies as well. So that was the thing. So we built this up, and you can just revise them through the blog, so you can just see this video again. And that was, I think, it for today. I know I just took a lot of time again, but I think you enjoyed this. And if you have any doubt, you will just see the QR codes or link in the description. Just go through them, and you will find the community link, and you can just ask me there, or if you have any doubt, or yeah, that's it for the today. And if you have something like to, if your node is not working, I think the n8n community is also quite great in supporting that, so you can just check them out as well. And that's it for today. We'll see you next time again, the same time next week. So yep, happy scraping.